There. All right, I'll keep the rest of these and you take those back to the boutique.
Yes, madam.
Oh, wait, I just love this last one so much. The skirt tends to ride up, but Asa loves it. I cannot run a mayoral campaign and have my skirt creeping up my thighs, though, can I, Nigel?
Heaven forfend, madam.
So, there. Now, I'll just whip this little thing off and you can take this back to the boutique.
Well, perhaps I'll just leave these at the front door and have the car brought round. Ah, welcome home, sir. How are things in Washington, D.C.?
Let me see. I'll tell you what happened. I think many years ago, somebody grabbed the world and shook it real hard, and all the loose screws rolled into the lowest spot on this earth. That'd be Washington, D.C., one big loony bin.
Yes, sir.
Where's Alex?
I'm in here, honey. I'm taking off my clothes.
Do I have a train tonight? I walk in the door, she strips down.
So sweet.
Everything went well in Washington.
Oh, it did? You found me the right man.
I sure did.
Oh, that's wonderful. Oh, Asa, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I was so worried. When we couldn't find the right campaign manager here in Pennsylvania, I was afraid we were going to strike out in Washington, D.C., too. So tell me, who did you hire? Who is going to be my new campaign manager?
Alex, honey, you looking at him.
Oh, now, Hank, you're not going in there harassing Rachel.
I'm not going to harass her. I'm just going to set her straight. What is the matter with you? This is RJ we're talking about here.
This is Rachel we're talking about here. Leave her alone.
Hank. Listen, Hank.
Look, not you, too. I mean, after everything that he did to you...
Rachel is under a lot of pressure right now. Don't add to it.
Mom and Dad are arguing again. What do you bet it's about me?
Listen, Rachel, you know Hank's got to be galled seeing you have lunch with me.
Well, that's his problem, not mine.
Yes, but the way he's acting, he's making it your problem. Look, all I want is to see you happy. So if it'll make you more comfortable, just go and sit with your mom and dad. I'll be disappointed. I mean, I've been looking forward to having this lunch with you, but the last thing I want to do is to come between you and your parents.
These are good. Should figure out who owns them. Buy stock in the company.
You know what, Todd? Maybe you could buy the company like you did that radio station.
Oh, yeah, then I can fire everybody who works there. Name all the products after you and me, you know. Blair, Bar. This could be Manning, but... Excuse me.
Oh, don't look now, honey, but I believe it's Max Holden.
I didn't invite him to the table. Did you invite him to this table?
No, maybe he's our new waiter, you know, maybe trying to hustle up some tips. I hear they're having a terrible cash flow problem over at that Serenity Springs.
Is that right?
Yes.
Are you two finished with the comedy routine?
Oh, Max! You want something?
Todd, you said the decision to fire Luna was purely business.
Yeah.
Well, then, I have a pure and simple business deal for you. Are you interested in hearing the details?
Not really, no.
Oh, now wait a minute, Todd. They repealed all those laws about trading with the enemy, didn't they? Let's hear what Max has to say. Oh, actually, maybe he's ready to call it quits. Max, is that true? Are you ready to give up?
I hate to disappoint you, Blair, but I didn't come here to give up anything. Actually, I love competition. See, I think it's what makes America great. Free enterprise?
Deep down, Max, you know your little mud village can never compete with Melodor. Now, if you wait too long to cry uncle, we may no longer be interested in putting in a bid.
Oh, gee, Blair, it's nice to know that you're so concerned about my future. You know, maybe I should be talking to you about this business deal, since obviously Todd does whatever you tell him to do. You tell him to buy a radio station, he buys one. You tell him to fire Luna, he fires her.
That's right. My wife says jump, I ask how high. Makes her extra happy.
Oh, what you won't do for love. And you know what? I bet you two are Love Line listeners. Which brings me back to my deal. I would like to put the Love Line back on WVL. If you will check out these demographics and ratings, you will find out that Luna was a real winner for WVL. Her ratings were full 2 points above anything else in her time slot, and she drew 60% of the 18 to 39-year-olds.
Oh, wow, those are great numbers.
And as a clincher, I want Serenity Springs to sponsor the show. We will pay premium rates up front. We're talking not scattered here, because I know the ratings are going to get better and better. It's a win-win situation for the owner of the radio station. So what do you say, Todd? You said it yourself, good numbers translates to high profits. What do you say? Is it a deal?
Here you go, Nigel. Thank you very much. I don't know what I'd do without you.
Hire a maid, do you think?
Alex, there's no reason for you to be bent out of shape.
We're talking about my future here. I could have been the mayor, but no, we couldn't find me the right campaign manager.
I told you, I can do that. What do those airheads in Washington know that I don't?
I know what happened. Every time you told them that I killed a police officer, they threw up their hands and ran away, didn't they?
Well, I'll tell you, honey, there was one guy. I mean, I thought I had him. The last job he had was with Gerald Ford, so he told me he had to think it over. And then when I told him that they set you free by pleading insanity, he kind of took off.
Oh, dear God, Asa, now everybody in Washington is going to think I'm crazy.
So what? They're all crazy down there. You'll just be part of the gang. I'm going to tell you something right now, honey. You are going to be elected. If I can run a billion-dollar international cartel, don't you think I can run a little local campaign? What does a manager do? Out raising money most of the time. We're halfway home and we haven't even started.
Asa, money doesn't buy the votes. Well, actually, it can. People do tend to believe those ads that they see on television, don't they?
Right, honey. I'm going to buy so many ads, nobody else want to be able to buy one. And I'll tell you something else. I have had it with Liz McNamara. Look at this garbage I got to look at when I came off the plane. Now, high time the Buchanans had a friend in City Hall. Someone who's not persecuting the family all the time.
Hank, you know the way RJ operates. You go over there, he's going to goad you into a fight, and he's going to turn it around so it looks like it's all your fault.
Hey, I'm sitting down, aren't I? But don't you think that RJ won't hear from me the next time I get him alone? I don't want him near Rachel.
Baby, look, you and Nora need to let Rachel decide for herself what she wants to do about RJ. Or let Ben talk to her.
So, her mother and I aren't supposed to care about her anymore.
Don't be silly. Of course you are. But, you know, she's under a lot of pressure right now.
And we're just adding to it. Sheila's right. At least now that we know that Ben's not going to London on that fellowship, well, then we don't have to feel that she's going to be all alone.
I think it's weird that he decided not to go. I mean, what, he just changed his mind, huh?
Yeah, just changed his mind.
Yeah. Oh, good. Salads. Absolutely serving.
I'll tell you, if you swear to keep it a secret, and that means from Hank and Nora.
Why?
Promise. It's about Rachel.
I think she's doing drugs.
What?
I can't prove it yet, but there's no other way to explain the way she's been acting.
Acting? What do you mean?
She's completely erratic. You know the symptoms of drug abuse. Mood swings. You meet her, she's totally wired. Talking a blue streak. An hour later, she's sitting down, staring off into space, barely able to stay awake.
I love it. I'm here for you. I love the secret sauce in this place.
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm just gonna go to the restroom and splash my face with some water. I'll be right back.
I can't stand this like this. Excuse me.
What do you know? Looks like I'm gonna get my chance sooner than I thought.
Hank, this is not a good idea.
I'm all right. Don't need those stupid pills.
Rachel, are you all right? Rachel, what is it?
Oh, I was just feeling a little funny, so I wanted to wipe my face off, splash my face with some water, but I'm fine now.
Oh, you feel a little clammy. I don't think you have a temperature, but you certainly could be coming down with something. Why don't I take you home and give you some tea? Huh?
No, I don't want you to spoil your lunch.
Lunch? Lunch, munch. Why don't I take you home and I'll make you some of that cinnamon tea you like so much? Hey, I can boil water, you know? Come on, I'll take you home and I'll make you some of that tea and you can curl up on the couch and I'll wrap my arm around you and I'll read you a Dr. Seuss.
Dr. Seuss? That's different.
Come on. I think lunch with RJ was a lousy idea anyway. Come on.
What?
Well, sweetie, there's a certain young lady who hopefully will be graduating from law school. That might hurt her career if she's seen in the same company with the likes of R.J. Gannon.
Why are you always judging people? If it's not me, it's Uncle RJ. Is there anyone who just lives up to your standards?
Sweetheart, as far as RJ comes, you have a tendency to be a little naive about him.
Oh, that's just great. I'm naive now. That's just great, Mom.
No, I will not stay away from your daughter. See, they don't allow you to own slaves in this country anymore, Hank. And since I don't belong to you, and neither does Rachel...
But I'm not going to tell you again.
You can't go around giving orders like that. The world does not revolve around you. Now, see, Rachel is having a little problem right now, so why don't you back off and quit making things harder for her?
Yeah, you got that right. You see, Rachel, she failed the course, and she's got to make it up this summer. And the last thing
See, there you go again, talking about how Rachel failed. That word just jumps right out of your mouth, doesn't it? I remember when you gave me those lectures when I was a kid, talking about how I was screwing up. I wasn't living up to my big brother's standards, and now you're at it again, ragging on poor Rachel.
Hank, you're never going to get through to this jerk.
But you have got no idea what my relationship with Rachel is like. And a no-good bum like you could never figure it out.
But you gotta admit, a no-good bum like me turned out to be a very successful restaurateur. No thanks to the commissioner of police, although probably he'll be running me in soon because my hair's too long.
We'll have to check the books on that, RJ, see if you're in violation.
Well, I'll tell you what, Mr. Commissioner. If I were you, I'd spend a little time first cleaning up my own backyard.
Oh, you're right, Max. These numbers look good, all right.
Todd?
Tell you what I'll do. I will prepay the first 6 months up front right now today. Now, if you were the businessman you say you are, you'll jump at a chance like that. Plus, it's an opportunity for us all to just forget this little vendetta we have going. I mean, why penalize the listeners of WVL just because you and Blair have a problem with me?
You told Guy Navarre that Melodor products cause allergic reaction, cost me thousands a month, sales nationwide. Oh, I don't think that's a small problem, Max.
Maybe you're No, I'm sorry. Let's just keep the past in the past, right?
I agree.
Todd!
Now, let's just leave the past where it is, over and done with. We'll concentrate on the present. And at present, all of WVL's airtime is filled up.
I checked with the station this morning, and there are 2 or 3 hours free every day.
Well, then we'll just have to fill it with contemporary programming. Sponsored by Blair's company. You see, Melodor doesn't want to be associated with that country western mild pablum that your village idiot of a wife puts out.
Well, gee, before you make any sort of decision, maybe you should ask permission from your wife, the town pump.
Nobody talks to my wife like
What's the matter, Todd? Can't take the truth?
The truth is, your wife couldn't cut it.
Oh. Stop it! Oh, my God, Max, stop it this minute!
Gloves are off now, Manning.
Fine by me.
It's all personal. No more lies about what a businessman you are.
Took you long enough. Now try this one on for size. I'm going to bury that mud hole you call a company just to make my woman smile.
Oh, my goddess, what in the world were y'all brawling about?
Came here to make a legitimate business offer. I was going to buy a couple hours on WVL, put the love line back on. Turned it down, and then one thing led to another.
Max, I'm really touched that you tried to buy the show back for me. That's really sweet. But, honey, it just kills me to see how unhappy you are.
I'm fine.
No, you are not. And it makes me see that we are left with absolutely no other choice.
Finally. Finally, you understand. Finally, you get it. Thank you, goddess.
Honey, when you get elected, the Buchanans will finally have somebody in City Hall they can count on, not to mention Buchanan Enterprises.
So what you are saying is that if we saturate the advertising market, you believe I can get enough votes to be elected?
Are you kidding me? You're a shoo-in. You got something old Liz McNamara will never have.
What? Besides beauty, brain, style, and vision.
I'm talking about your money.
Oh, that. I know, sweetheart, but even with our money, there are going to be people in Landview that hold my past against me.
I know, honey, but I'll tell you something. I have given that a lot of thought. Now, here's the plan.
Deny everything.
No, honey. You come clean. You pour out your little heart. You strip your soul naked. You tell the whole truth and nothing but. Why? Because, honey, this is America, where if somebody is big enough to admit they were wrong and big enough to say they're sorry, the American people will forgive anything.
Really?
And when the people see how much you need their forgiveness for your sins, and they see what a different person you are for the trouble you've been in, they're going to say, hell, who hasn't done some rotten things in their lives? Nobody. Let's give that little lady another chance. Why? Because she's one of us. She's our new hero.
RJ, I'm not surprised you enjoy reading this rag. It's published by an ex-con, just like you. I'd like to give the successful restaurateur a little warning about Club Indigo. It's not long for this world, RJ.
Is that right?
Yes, you see, nightclubs that are really fronts for money laundering, dealing, fencing, gambling, they go on a watch list. And then sooner or later, the sleazebag that runs the place screws up. And then I bust him.
And I prosecute him.
My goodness. Real teamwork. But see, you're forgetting something. There's an election coming. The people want change. They're tired of the same old losers with badges who don't do squat when cops are selling guns to kids. You know something? In fact, it bothers them when the cops are caught covering it up. So I think you guys will be looking for new jobs before Thanksgiving. Thank God. Thank God there's one newspaper in town that tells it like it is.
Oh. You got it. He heard you.
Where's Nora?
She's still in the powder room with Rachel.
Yeah, well, I sure hope she's getting through to Rachel about good old Uncle RJ.
You're just a very, very trusting person with a very big heart. That's all I meant by naive. That's it. RJ just knows how to manipulate people, and especially you, into giving him more of your time and your energy, which you just can't afford to give this summer. You're very busy. Retaking contracts. You know, you're preparing for the fall semester. Working for me. Didn't you say that you were going to be taking a study seminar at the library, and that's why you couldn't work for me this afternoon?
Yes.
You blew off a study seminar so that you could go and have lunch. Whoa, okay. I'm sorry I brought that up. Boy, am I doing it again. Exactly what I said I wouldn't do. Okay, so you can hit me.
Well, at least you're finally realizing what you do.
Yes, I do. I realize what I do, and I will never do that again. I will certainly try not to. Boy, it's going to be difficult. Right? You're a grown woman. You don't need your parents telling you what to do. You can solve your own problems and work out your own things on your own. Or with Ben.
What do you mean? What problems? What has Ben been telling you?
Hasn't been telling
Because I don't need any help with anything.
Okay. I couldn't agree with you more. Absolutely not an argument here. Wow. I just really want to take you home and give you some tea. And just stay cozy with you. That's all, until Ben gets home, okay? Okay? Hey. Hey. Oh, didn't I hear that Ben's not going to London? I just heard that. What's going wrong? What's happening?
More questions. God, why is everything a case with you? I feel like I'm always on the stand.
You're not on the stand.
Yes, I am. Look, you followed me into the bathroom here, and now you want to go home with me and Ben? For what? So you can grill Ben, too? God, I don't need this, Mom. Why don't you just leave me alone?
What in the world is going on with you? Why are you acting like this?
Oh, I don't have a good reason to be mad.
No, you don't. One minute you're vulnerable and we're best buddies, and the next minute you're attacking me for the very reasons that we're best buddies. I don't understand it. I don't know what to do. I don't get it.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. When I came in here and with Uncle RJ and I saw you and Dad sitting at the table, I just knew Dad was going to give me a hard time. And I get defensive sometimes. And then I didn't want you to go running to Ben. Look, I'm fine, Mom. I'm fine.
You're fine.
Yes, I'm fine.
You sure? You're fine. Well, then fine. Let's take you home, okay?
No, I can't. I'm going to go over to that study session while I still can.
Good. I mean, what about your lunch with RJ?
Well, he'll just have to wait. He'll understand. He always understands. Well, I'll see you at the office later. Bye.
I mean it, Todd. No one has ever done anything like that for me.
Yeah, well, nobody calls my wife that.
You know what the best part was? Is when you called Serenity Springs a mud hole. I'm gonna bury that mud hole of a company.
Well, maybe we should sit down tonight and try and figure out new ways to eat into their profits.
Yeah? What time tonight?
Todd, I've been waiting. Oh, sorry. I thought you were alone.
It's okay.
Hi,
What's
Blair.
up?
Hello, Rick. Have a seat.
Oh, thank you. Well, I was hoping I could have a word with you.
Shoot.
You know, Todd, I have been a newspaper man for over 30 years, and in that time, I built up a pretty good reputation in the business.
I know. That's why I hired you.
Then why do you keep overriding my decisions?
What, you mean this headline thing?
Yeah, the headline thing. I can't keep sitting back watching you run these front-page stories against Bo Buchanan. I mean, the original story was fine. It was good journalism. But now it's just harassment. I mean, it's got to stop.
Or what?
Well, I just think that's what would be best for the paper, if you trust my judgment.
I'll keep that in mind.
All right. Excuse me.
Todd, you sound serious.
I know.
But he could quit.
Fine. Let him quit.
You need him.
No, I don't need him. I don't need anybody. Except you.
Glad you finally realized it. I'm telling you, Luna, the only way to fight Blair and Todd is to go for the jugular and make sure that the blood keeps gushing.
Oh, my goddess. Is that what you think I want to do? I want to play dirty and just kill the competition?
It's not?
No, it most certainly is not.
Luna, don't you see that's the only chance we have against them?
Max, just listen to me. Honey, when Todd fired me from the station, you better believe I was mad as a hornet. I wanted to just give him a taste of his own medicine.
Your revenge smells real sweet, doesn't it?
Yes, it did. But you know what? The way I felt, it scared me to death. And getting fired turned out to be one of the best things that ever happened to me.
What?
Because, honey, because I learned from it. Max, we are at a turning point. We have been going down the wrong road. It is time for us to turn around here.
You have lost me.
When I found my heart was so filled with hate that it made me see how far we have drifted away from the very reasons we built Serenity Springs in the very first place. We've got to dig deep. We have got to get back in touch with all those things we believed in. The reason we built it, honey, the simpleness, the naturalness, the peacefulness. Sweetheart, I want us to go to the lodge. I want us to take Al and the twins, and I want us to have picnics. Let's go up there. Let's have some picnics. Let's go for swims and long walks, honey. But we got to find our way back home.
And I got to be honest with you. I don't think we've drifted away or gone down the wrong road or anything like that.
Honey.
Now, you just hear me out right now. Serenity Springs is in for the fight of its life. We can't go sit at some lodge and sit around the campfire wondering and hoping that we're for our happiness. Because you know what? When we come back home, home won't be here. Blair and Todd are probably planning a scam right now to take everything away from us. You heard him. And Blair's going to make sure he comes through with it. I'm not going to let that woman hurt us anymore. I am going to stay put, and I'm going to fight, and I'm going to win.
Are you? Is anybody going to win?
We're a team now. Anybody gets in our way, we mow them down together.
It is a great feeling, isn't it? Being this powerful. It beats any feeling I've ever had in my whole life.
Me too. Only it's not just the power. It's the love. I love you, Blair. Gets easier to say the second time. And hey, I'm not pushing you, but maybe one of these days you'll say it back to me. But hey, whatever.
Oh, Asa, it just seems so perfect. I mean, if the people are for me, who can be against me?
There you go.
I just have one little question.
Oh, shoot.
If I'm going to be the candidate for the people, I mean, do I have to wear really dowdy little clothes? I mean, I have just spent forever putting together this wardrobe, and I was just thinking, I mean, the people need something to aspire to, don't they? I mean, someone to brighten their dreary little lives.
Honey, I think I would avoid the word dreary and little. Now, when I got my brainstorm, I took one of our pictures to Washington, and I gave it to a guy to make a poster. See what you think.
Oh, Lisa! Oh, I love it!
So maybe we can have lunch sometime next week, okay? Just you and me, Daddy.
Yeah, sure, sweetheart. That'd be great. So, what, are you on your way to the library? You're not going to stay for lunch today?
No, Uncle RJ will just have to understand. And he will. I'll see you soon. Bye, Sheila. Bye. Bye, Rachel.
See you, kid. Honey.
Hi.
Whatever you said to Rachel, you sure got through to her.
Yeah, really. I mean, she was real calm. Couldn't have been nicer.
Really? Is that so?
So I'm going to head on over to the library.
Don't worry about it. I understand how Hank and your mom can be, and the last thing you need right now is that kind of stress. You sure you're okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Thanks for understanding. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Congratulations, family. You ruined Rachel's lunch. It's not enough you have to hound me, now you have to hound Rachel, too? You feel good? What the heck with you?
Well, see? Rachel's starting to show some sense. I tell you, I'm real proud of her. I don't know what you said to her, Nora, but whatever it was, did the trick.
I just pressured it even more.
Yeah, she changed her mind about RJ.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Something's going on with Rachel. Oh, I wish I knew what it was.
Well, it's about time I heard from you, Cyrus.
Sorry, I had to be out of town for a while. But I got what you want. For the right price, I can arrange a meeting with the cop that was selling the guns out of the police impound.
Oh, Cyrus, this has turned out to be my lucky day. Oh, and trust me, I'll pay whatever it takes to get that little piece of information.
It's not so much what she said, it's how she said it. She was so erratic, you know? One minute she was really glad that I was there, and she was happy to talk to me, and she was smiling, and then the next minute she just bit my head off. I asked her about Ben. Why, suddenly was he not going to London? She just completely lost it. She accused me of treating her like a criminal and putting her on the witness stand. I don't get it. I don't understand it.
I've seen it before. See? It always starts with taking just a couple pills. But you were willing to risk everything. Your health, our careers, us, for this drug. So don't try and stand there and tell me that you're not addicted.
Look, it's not like that with me. I don't need these pills. It's over.
Rachel,
You made the difference, Ben. You chose me over London. I know that's selfish, but I don't care. As long as you're here with me, I can deal with school, even with my parents.
Hello?
Keith, hi, it's Rachel Gannon.
Oh, hey, Rach, how you doing?
Oh, well, not so good. Listen, I need some uppers.
I told you, I'm not a dealer. I ran out of my own after finals. Besides, it's summer. We used to stay up all night. What's with you? You hooked?
Look, Keith, I just need some, okay? Tell me where can I get some?
Sorry, Rich, no can do. From what I hear, the streets really dried up, too. The police commissioner, what's his name? That guy, Buchanan. He's really cracking down on dealers. Better forget about buying any.
Hey, well, that's okay. I guess I'll just have to do it the old-fashioned way. Coffee. I'll see you.
I know what you're thinking. If we keep going like this, we'll be just like Blair and Todd, but we won't. We're just trying to survive here. It's just like Forloon. Everybody wants to win, but nobody wants to know the details. Well, you don't worry about that. I'll take care of everything. Just leave it to me, and I'll make sure Serenity Springs comes out a win.
Max, honey, let it go.
I can't. I'm too close, Lana. Gotta go see somebody who can help us, someone who can tell us something about Blair that will keep her from hurting us ever again.
You know what?
What?
No one is ever gonna hurt us.
You got that right. I mean, look at us. We're on top of the world.